everybody. This is Eric with American Business Systems, and I hope that you're doing well today. Folks, we are in for a treat this afternoon. We've got maybe some special guests showing up, so I'm looking forward to having some of those folks show up maybe a little bit later. Today, we're going to be talking about how much can I make with home-based medical billing business. I'm going to share with you some insights on what the public says about medical billing and really about what the industry is saying about having a home-based business too. So I look forward to sharing that information with you. It's good to be with you again. Hope that everybody had a great long weekend. And for those that were remembering those that over Memorial Day, I hope that you were able to do that very well. Again, just thank you for everybody showing up. And it looks like we've got some great folks again here. Some folks that I think I remember from last week as well. Let's see if I can kind of start looking at getting this video set up for me. All right, so today, again, we're going to talk about how much can I make with a home-based medical billing business. And again, like I said, we're excited to have each and every one of you here on today's webinar. As we get started here, as we try to do every week, ask everybody just to tell us where you're calling in from. That would be helpful. As you can see here, we've got a Q&A box that's up there. So if you don't mind just typing in something and let me know that where you're calling in from, that would be most helpful as we are kind of going through today's webinar. Again, I've got a lot of information I want to share with you, and we look like we already got Steve calling in from California. It's good to have you here. We've got some folks here from Stephanie from Florida. Good to see you here as well. Thank you for doing that. And I pray that everything's going well for each of you today. Again, this is the area as we are monitoring this, and I'm monitoring this afternoon. This is where you'll be able to type in your questions. I'm sure I'm going to hit a topic today that you're going to go, okay, hey, I want Eric to go a little bit further into that discussion, and I'm going to be monitoring that as best I can. For those that have never met me before, my name is Eric Auger. I'll be your host this afternoon, and like I said, we may be hearing in and popping in with some other folks that might want to join us here a little bit later. And again, as some of you know, as I kind of get some things kicked off here, I always like to share a little bit about American Business Systems. So it's more just an overview about who we are, how long we've been around, and really what you're getting here with the American Business Systems model here. Looks like we got Michael from New York. So good to see you again, sir. Thank you for popping in with us. Folks, the bulk of everything that we do here is obviously medical billing. So the source and the resource, if you want to kind of think of it as the hub, what is the hub that kind of pulls all these different sources and resources together? As you're going to see this afternoon, I'm going to share with you quite a bit about some of our services. But the core part of what we do is the iClaim EMRX system. The iClaim is the billing part of it. The EMRX is the electronic medical records part of it. And as you can see, this can be accessed through really any type of portal that you want to see here. So whether you're using a laptop or a desktop or an iPad or some type of other tablet or even the smartphones, you can access everything that we're talking about today through these portals here, which means there's nothing to load. Obviously, you're not loaded anything on your iPhone or a tablet of any sort. So you're not having to download software onto so you're going through a secured portal. This is very important whenever you're thinking about security. Obviously, when you're thinking about updates, whenever new updates, new plugins that happen in with any type of software system, you're going to want to make sure that your system that you're currently going to be using obviously has a way in which you are able to not have to worry about these updates or security measures or anything else. That's all. As soon as you log in, it's like, think of it as like logging in to your bank account. You know, you can log into your bank account through your phone or through a tablet. They're not having you to, download any software. What they're doing is say, hey, we're giving you access, but it's through a secured portal. So it's the same thing with your desktop or your laptop. There's nothing that you're going to have to download. So every time that you log in, you've actually are in the latest version of the software, because these things are changing all the time. And the other thing that changes quite a bit are the codes that you're going to need. So having a software that is a cloud-based software like we're talking about right now is really what you need. And so that's what you're getting with American Business Systems. Also, along with American Business Systems, you're getting everything that we're talking about here. And you'll see what I'm talking about here in just a brief moment as we kind of keep going through the webinar today. We've got somebody from Hawaii. Albert, it's good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you joining us all the way from Hawaii. It sounds like it's a little early over there. So I hope that you're having a great day, and been out there once, would love to return. So all right, so American Business Systems was started by Patrick and Linda Phillips over 30 years ago. Obviously, really, they were doing billing prior to them starting American Business Systems. So what they were doing is that Linda was actually asked by someone to do the billing for a doctor, a friend of theirs they knew. She learned it pretty quickly. Patrick saw that. They both kind of saw it and thought, wow, this is pretty cool. Why don't we maybe teach this to some friends of ours? And they did. They taught a few friends. And then Patrick had the idea, why don't we create a business model out of this and then teach others as well? That's how American Business Systems has come around. But man, they were a long way away from the old days, because old days was with a typewriter, and now everything is done, as you can see here, via a computer or through the cloud, the internet, and everything else. Now, Adam Phillips is the one who's in charge now. Adam's the CEO. This is their son. Adam's grown up in this business. He is in his 40s, and so you can imagine over 30 years ago, this is all that really Adam's ever known. So this is a great way to understand that you're in good hands with the Phillips family, and then those that surround them, with either the front end, with you, talking with you on the front end, your business coach or whoever you're working with there at American Business Systems. Plus, when you become a business owner here at American Business Systems, you're going to have a full team of support people. And so the Adam and his leadership team has put together other leadership teams that will help you and help you actually get that first client. I know that is really the name of the game. But how can I get that first client, and how quickly can I get that? One of the things that we'll hopefully be able to talk about today. But Adam's also taking over the reins of doing some writing. Patrick still is doing probably some writing in his retirement. And so Adam's picked that up and has written some articles for an organization, or actually a magazine, specifically for building and coding. It's called the Building and Coding Advantage magazine. And he wrote one of these articles here, and he's written some other books that I'm going to share with you here as well as we go through the presentation today. Also, a part of American Business Systems, a lot of people have asked us, hey, Eric or Adam or whoever you may be talking with, since ABS has been around for so long now, they've got stability. They probably recognized in the medical billing arena. Can we carry that little logo? You see that logo down there at the bottom? It says American Business Systems. Can we carry that logo? Well, we've thought long and hard about it, and Adam came up with, hey, why don't we start an organization and have some people that can help be on the board of directors for this organization. Let's put an organization to help pull this together. And then we'll have them do a few things. Number one, the MIRMA symbol that you can see there, you can carry that now, because now you're part of the largest independent medical group of independent medical billers across in the United States. It's called the Medical Revenue Management Association of America. And so what that does, it gives you feedback from folks that are on the board. We're going to talk about a few of those today. But it gives you a place where the doctor can say, hey, so where did you get your certification? Well, you got it through MIRMA, and the certification is right here. So you can see there that once you become, through our program, through our training program, and being supported by us now, you are part of this organization, Medical Revenue Management Association of America, MIRMA for short. It's MIRMA.org. You can go out there right now and go visit it, and you can see who's on the board of directors there. And so now you've got a piece of marketing and legitimacy and credentialing that you have behind your name that's behind a reputable company that does that. So you're getting all of that. So it helps you be able to promote your business. And when people ask, have you ever been trained? Yep, you've been trained. You've got a certification through this organization called MERMA. Plus, you can carry that on your marketing material. And I'm going to show you some of that here in a little bit as well. And then, gosh, it gives you, like I said, the credibility that a lot of you are going to need as you get started in doing your medical billing. So now with all the introductions out of the way, Manish says she's from Indiana. Good to have you here as well. So we've got a lot of people on here. Larry, if you're on there, you can kind of share where you're from, and Steve and Valerie, and there's some other folks here. Please go ahead and share over here what you can do. All right, so today we're going to talk about how much can I make with a home-based medical billing business. Okay, Larry Series from Arkansas. Thank you, I appreciate that. And so everybody should know right off the bat as we kind of get started over here, that Q&A area over there from here on out, that's for you. I want you to communicate with me. And so if you got some questions, just feel free to jot in a question. And if it relates to the topic that I'm on, obviously I'm going to try to answer it. If not, then what I'm going to do, I'll go back to it. And if I know that I'm coming up to that topic, I'll say, hey, you know, we're here. I'm going to help you get to that question as soon as I can. Tuesdays from Nevada. Good to have you, Valerie. Good to have you here as well. I appreciate everybody chiming in. Okay, so let's talk about how long does it take a business to be profitable? This is a great article. Now, one of the things that you're going to get with this webinar is a PDF of this from the person that invited you to come. So you're going to get a PDF of this, and I'll make sure I can remind myself to get that out over there. But I found this article. It's a recent article. I mean, when I say recent, it was written either in April or May of this year. And it's from an organization called FreshBooks that actually is selling some type of, it's a software to kind of help keep you up with all of your expenses. So some type of bookkeeping type of software. But what's interesting here, they got this guy here, Jason Dean, he's a CPA, and wrote this article. And the entitlement of the article is, how long does it take a business to become profitable? So if we're talking about today, how much can I make? At the end of the day, all of you are here going, okay, Eric, Adam, the rest of this group here, how long is it going to take me to, number one, get that client, and then what's it going to take me to get profitable in this business? So on average, now this is not American Business Systems, this is kind of like nationwide. This is a very, very long article, so I encourage you to go out there and read it. You can see down there at the bottom of my slide there is a web address there that you'll be able to see here whenever I give you the PDF of this. You're going to get it from the person that you're working with here. But the first paragraph says, on average, a new business takes 2 to 3 years to be profitable. When a company starts to make a profit, depends on how high its startup costs are. Okay, so keep that in mind, because that's one of the things that you really need to pay attention. What is your startup on this one here? We're going to talk about that, this business opportunity. And also for those that are maybe brand new to this, there is a difference between a business opportunity and a franchise. Obviously, a franchise is going to come with some other fees to go along with that. There are going to be franchise fees. In some of the cases, there may be some royalty fees that go along with that. Then you've got other business opportunities out there that are called business opportunities, which typically don't carry a franchise fee or a royalty fee. American Business Systems doesn't have any of that. So that's one thing you can kind of cross off of your financial ledger, so to say, in whether, you know, how quickly can I turn my business from being in the red to in the black and making money and being profitable in the business. It goes on to say, according to the Houston Chronicle, which is a big newspaper down in the Texas area, the more capital a business needs up front to provide its products or services, and the higher its salaries, obviously, the longer it's going to take for a company to become profitable. So, hey, this is what you got to understand here. So, when you're evaluating all the business opportunities and/or franchises out there, you got to say who has maybe one of the lower entries or startup costs, and am I going to have any other things that go along with that? What's it going to cost me to do this business as we go further? And I found also in this same article something that I'm going to kind of skip to, which he says a little bit further down in his article. He says, how many businesses are profitable in the first year? Because obviously, every one of you that are on today's webinar, or any of you that are going to listen to this a little bit later, are asking that question: can I get profitable within the first year? And look at what he says: very few startup businesses are profitable within their first year. Most take 18 to 24 months to become profitable. Businesses with, look at that, small startup costs, such as an online or home businesses, may be able to turn a profit earlier. So as you're starting to look through all of your options that you may be looking through already, and ABS is one of them, start checking off, well, is it an online business or a home-based business? Obviously, most of you are looking for that. What is the startup cost? Keeping that as low as possible. And then, can I get profitable within the first year? That's a question I'm going to answer for you here in just a moment. So but the other thing that it said in this article, and these numbers that you're seeing here from 18 to 24 months, that's coming from Forbes magazine. And for any of us that have ever been an entrepreneur, or somewhat of us as a serial entrepreneur, you all know that it's going to probably, from the time that you kind of get started with any type of business, it's usually going to start turning within the first 2 years. That's why you got to stick with it, make sure that you got longevity in this, and then a lot of tenacity. But then you got to make sure that as you're evaluating which business to get in, do I have the capital, first of all, to get in it, and then sustain it through that, maybe that 18 to 24 month period. However, what we're going to show you here is we feel like most of our folks can get their return on investment usually within the first year. And so that's what we're talking about here. So when you talk about a return on investment, the first question is, how quickly can you break even on your investment? So you've got whatever investment that you have, and then you got to figure out what's going to be your return. What are you looking like for your return? And this is where we're going to start right here, diving into really what it's going to take for you to earn your investment back. And I'm going to show you, using our model, what it's going to take for you to get there. Okay, so a lot of what I'm going to show you today is obviously straight off of our website. And I like using stuff off of our website because some of you may have kind of just scoured through it, maybe kind of glanced over it, and all of a sudden you ended up on a webinar. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you through a little bit, as you can see here, that there is some very important information that I think sometimes get glossed over through our website. And you can see here, one of the things, if you were to land on our website and scroll to the second section of our website, you can see here, traditional jobs take up too much time and pay too little, and conventional franchise opportunities can be risky and expensive. And you can see right there, and somewhere maybe in that print there, you can see what our investment is. It says it's the ABS business package has a one-time all-inclusive investment of $28,990. And then big old sign right there, 30-day money-back guarantee. Now, I'm going to reserve that towards the end, and I'm going to talk to you about that. But then let's first of all talk about the investment, okay? So we know the investment of American Business Systems is still under $30,000. And so then obviously you're going to have to start thinking a little bit, okay, so what do I get for my $28,990? And we're going to go through that as well. But let's start just dealing with where we are about, first of all, how much money can I make? When can I break even? And then what kind of money can I continue to keep making as I grow this type of business? So that's your return. So you've done your investment. Now you're starting to look at your return. And obviously, I've kind of chosen this block here that has red in it because you're typically, again, you're kind of in the red there. You've made some investment and you're doing that. Now, remember, when you're putting your money into yourself or into your investment, you are investing in yourself and you're investing in your future and you're investing in a business. And a lot of people ask, do I ever lose my money? That's kind of like the stock market. Do you ever lose in the stock market? Most people say, well, sometimes I've done well in the stock market. Sometimes I've never done well in the stock market. Every time I buy a stock, it seems like it goes low and I end up losing. But remember, you don't lose until you pull it out. And what we say here at American Business Systems, you never lose your money unless you just completely pull out of it. So we help you get that first client. We really, truly do. And that's why, if you remember from last Wednesday, I actually gave everybody some challenges and some things to go do. One of them is I wanted you to go talk with at least 3 of our current business owners here at American Business Systems. So I don't have a poll, but if you want to, in the Q&A box, say, yes, hey, Eric, I've talked to at least 3 of those, and I'm really glad I did. So if you don't mind, if you're on last Wednesday's webinar, and I gave you some things to do, I want to know that you actually did them. One of them was, did you go out and maybe buy a couple of books to help you? And obviously the other thing was, did you talk to some people? And I want to see. So if you are on last Wednesday's webinar and you're on this Wednesday live, please put it over there that you have talked to some people. Steve says, I've talked to a few people today, bought the book too. You are a winner, man. That is awesome. Thank you, Steve, for giving me that feedback. So let's talk about what your return looks like in the first year. Now, I've got this number extremely low, but we're going to do some calculations here in just a moment. So you can see here your typical, and this is, I'd say, if you're doing billing for a chiropractor, this is typically what you're going to make within your first year. What you can see here within the first year, that you can not only get your return on investment, but you're actually starting to get into where you're actually becoming profitable, less any of your expenses. Because everybody should know that really your return on investment and becoming profitable is that you paid yourself back, or you've gotten your money back, plus your continually monthly business expenses, your cell phone, and your maybe an office that you've gotten, and obviously your website is provided by American Business Systems, but you still have to have it out on the internet, and you've got to have it hosted somewhere. So there's a small expense to that. So you'll have some minimal expenses, but by the end of the first year, you should be with one doctor into your profit. So your success again is your ROI with one doctor could really be anywhere from $35,000 to $65,000. So hopefully that's kind of helped at least lay a foundation. So you've got an investment with American Business Systems about right at $28,990, just under $30,000. And you can see at least a roadmap of what you can do to get there once you've done that. So another question has come in. What revenue base does this example assume? Okay, so I'm going to share that, Valerie, and I'm glad you asked. So let's do that right now. So you kind of helped us lead in there. Okay, so on our website, you can see that you can, I'm going to go back up over here, and you can see where it says calculate your potential. That's where we're kind of going to go there. And that's really where we are right there. And so what I've done, I've just taken a screenshot of that, and I've plugged in some numbers. And so based upon Valerie's question, you got to have a billing rate. And let's say that billing rate is 7%, and the average claim is about $150. And that doctor's only seeing 25 patients a day. Now, again, that's a low volume for a doctor. If you talk to most providers or most nurse practitioners that are in a clinic, they're seeing 30 to 35, as high as sometimes 40 people a day. So every one of those folks have got to get a claim out the door on every one of those. And as you can see there, the yearly potential income is at $68,250. So I'm going to blow that up a little bit so that you can see that. And then what I'm going to do on the back end over here, I'm actually going to pull up AB Systems, and I'm going to share with you getting into this, and we're going to dive into this ourselves. And let's just, it's good that we can kind of go in here and let's just go look at stuff and play around with the numbers, or do whatever you would like to go do. So let me see if I can find here and be able to do that. So let me go back over here to our here, and you can see right here. So I said, let's just go there. Let's go there. So if you were to log into AB Systems right now, this is where you're going to land. And again, if you'll scroll down just a little bit and you see right there where it says calculate your potential, that's where I'm going to go right now. So let me share my screen right here. All right. So now we're into absystems.com, and we're going to scroll down right down to where I said. So you can see here, all I've done was just started up at the top, and I kind of scrolled down right to this area, and we're going to go ahead and click on calculate your potential, okay, which is going to give us the calculators that we're right where I am. So I'm going to scroll up to this second one right here. So again, we're at a billing rate, and I like to kind of play with this. Because number one, I want you to know where to go so you can get to the calculator yourself. So if you're working with another family member or working with a business partner, and you kind of want to go, hey, where am I and what can I do and how much of this can this really make? Let's put some numbers in here. All right, so again, let's put that 7. I'm going to put that 7% right there. And again, I'm going to put that 150 right there. And then I'm going to put 25 right there. You can see it right clearly right there, 68,250. Now, folks, that's double. So remember, we asked the question, how long is it going to take me to get profitable? Remember that article that just came out said 18 to 24 months. Again, if you're working with American Business Systems, you're working with us closely, you're helping us to help you, you're bringing some of the things that you're going to learn in training of getting that first doctor to do a practice analysis, leading that doctor to getting them to a demo. We will do the demo for you, because remember, we want to help you close that deal. And you've got a doctor that's seeing 25 patients on average of a $150 claim. This is your expectation of what you are going to make. So you go, okay, Eric, or those numbers blown up a little bit. All right, so let's just get this down to, let's just drop this to 125, and we'll drop this to 6%. Let's just see what that does, okay? Keeping the same number of patients that the doctor's going to see, okay? Now again, let's just have a little fun, okay? Let's just even say it's $100, but let's get that average of patients up there to where most doctors are seeing patients, which is an average of about 35 patients. That's $54,600 a year potential income for you, even at a lower billing rate. Well, remember with that slide that I said, with one doctor, you could be making 30 to 35,000. You're still up there, and you go, okay, well, Eric, let's go down. Let's put that back down to 25. Let's just put it back down to 25. You can see you're still at $39,000 a year at 6%. I mean, you would really have to be really going low at 5%, and you're still at $32,500. So at least, if nothing else within the first year, you have at least got your return on investment within the first year. But the numbers that I'm showing you are so low. These are a billing average rate for a cardiologist is not going to be anywhere close to $100 claim. We're talking probably on average, and I'll even say, I'll just come right up under 200. So billing for a cardiologist at 5% at $175 per claim, still only seeing 25 patients. That's getting you so close to almost doubling your money here. So that's why I wanted you to see where you are. And I wanted to kind of walk you through these numbers so that you know that we're not trying to pull smoke and mirrors on you. We're really trying to show you that this is the foundation. Valerie's saying, is this 350 days for the year? This is about 352, 350 days out of the year. That's correct. If you maybe I didn't do it in this one, but I kind of break it down that if this same doctor was seeing this and you were billing this doctor on a weekly basis, this is the kind of capital that you can make. So Valerie, I hope that it does answer your question there. So yes, this is like, you know, you're billing Monday through Friday, 12 months out of the year. And so, yes, this is what obviously you're not billing on the weekends because doctors aren't being seen on the weekends, but this is calculated out at saying that you are seeing these patients on the weekly basis and you're billing just whenever the doctor's sending you claims. So you can see, that's why I've got this big range there from about, oh my goodness, what did I say, $30,000 to $65,000 a year. You can truly see quickly how quickly you can get to those numbers there. So let me go back over to my keynote, back over here, so we kind of get back on track. So you can see there, that's where you're going to want to go. Now, I want to take you real quickly, for some of you that may have missed last week, I thought I'd bring this back into the equation because a lot of people want to know how much does an employee medical billing person earn. Or if you'll remember from the 2023 medical billing coding salary report, again, look at the average there, 67,680. You remember that is just about what you're going to make if you've got a doctor that's seeing 25 patients a day. You're billing them at 7% at $150 per claim. That's working for somebody. And that's the most you'll ever earn. If you remember, part of what we said in our website is that, you know, whenever you're working for somebody, you're basically limited to how much you're going to make. So how long is it going to take you to become a medical biller? It's going to take you anywhere from 6 months to a year and a half. Whereas with medical billing through it's going to take you less than 30 days because we're going to get you trained up in 30 days. And then what would you want to rather bill for, one doctor or multiple doctors? Because now if you can see that if you at least get that first doctor within your first year, you know that now you can start the clock and you go, okay, now I'm going to start getting my money back and I'm going to become profitable. But during that time, remember that doctors talk to other doctors. And if you're doing a good job, your referrals are going to start coming in. You got number 2 and you got number 3. And by the time that you get to number 3, and if you're averaging, let's just say $60,000 a year on each of those doctors, now you're at a 6-figure income. You're making $120,000. You're working less than about 6 hours a day. You're not having to hire anybody. So remember, again, the calculations from the CPA. He says if you got a low startup cost and you've got salaries that are low, which is basically only yours, how quickly can you become profitable? So now you can see here that this is a good option. This is a very good option for you if you're trying to figure out, hey, how can I become profitable in there? So again, my next question, I just came right back to this part of the website. My question is, how do I get there? Well, okay, so your first initial part of it is what's included in your package. What do you get? So again, as I said earlier, you're getting software and marketing tools. Our business package has 12 different income generating services. You hear what I said? 12 different income generation services, including medical billing, practice management, and electronic health records. You're also going to get a website and over 2,000 pieces of marketing material for you, and all of those are customized. So the first thing, again, that you're going to get here is the iClaim platform. You're going to have everything that you need. It's 100% HIPAA compliant. It's all the backup is done off-site, so you're not having to worry about you carrying more of a load of, gosh, do I need to update my computer system, and do I need to create servers over here in my office? And if I create servers in my office or somewhere else, I'm gonna have to keep those cool, and gosh, all the things that you're gonna have to do with that. Why not have something again like iClaim? Now, I'm going to pause here just to remind everybody that if you haven't done a demo of the iClaim system or the EMRX system, you really need to do that. So what I would recommend is kind of looking again through our system here and seeing what you're getting. And again, part of this is, and I know some of you are a little bit concerned about medical billing codes. Again, that's all involved in the iClaim system. So is the electronic medical record system. So our new web-based electronic EMR system has that flexibility for the doctors. For the doctor to use an iPad, or how they want to dictate their notes or anything, they can dictate their notes strictly in there. They don't have to have a transcriptionist or anything, or someone else to do it. Obviously, if they want somebody, they can. But it's going to have everything in the system. Now, what's beautiful here is, and you'll only get to see this if you'll do a demo with us, is that you're going to see how the billing system works right along with the electronic medical record system. So without going too much more into that, I really want to encourage you to go get a demo and see what's going on with the demo. The other thing is what oops, let me go back over here. You're getting all of these different services, and there's actually more services, and we just added some new ones to this. And that's what you're getting included with your investment. Now, if you go back and see right over here, I'm going to go back up over to this slide so you can see it. Actually, to what slide did I want to get to here real quickly? It is, that's the same one there. Yes, right here, where it basically talks about, you know, what you're getting, and then basically all future parts of the system that you're going to be getting through American Business System. So again, not only are you getting the iClaim EMRX, you're getting all these different services. So you're not having to piecemeal all of this together. And then plus, let's say that we add a new service in the future. We're not going to charge you for that new service. Now, I'm explain here why. Because nobody's asked this, but this is a frequently asked question. I should have put that right there. You know, do I have to pay for any of these myself? Now, obviously, all of these are different types of services, and you're getting all of these. But to actually, let's say, to do compliancy card, the doctors will need to pay for that, just like they're going to pay for any other services out there. So if they need help with compliancy, they're going to pay for that. And so in turn, you'll pay for the service, and then there is a portion of what you make out of that. But like all of these different services, because all of these are income generated for you, the doctor will pay you for the service. There's enough overhead that you can make money out of it. But on the back end, all of these different services that we're looking at here actually pays back ABS on its back end, pennies upon every dollar of services that are being used. So that's good for you, because you never pay ABS any more money. The $28,990 is your last fee that you'll ever pay for us. And all these different technology partners that we have, or service partners that we have here, will help you and help you get the doctors for what they need. But once those are used, those services actually in turn pay us a little bit on the back end for those services being used. So you're getting it basically at a discount, enough to where you're making money. And then on the back end, they're also paying American Business Systems. This is why we don't ever have to charge you forever for future services, for support or anything else. You're going to get continued full-time support up front. Like I said, we're going to help you with every single demo that you need. And plus, there's no other service fees, no other franchise fees, no royalty fees. Those are all encapsulated, and you don't pay anything else. So someone's asking here, we need to pay $28,990 every year, or is this a one-time that we pay? One time. Let me make that clear. Now, I'm sure we wouldn't mind you paying this $30,000 a year, but that's not what we do. we want you to pay us, invest with us $28,990 one time. It's a one-time fee. You never have to pay ABS again. Again, like I said, you don't never pay for us again. Now, again, part of that services, products and services that you get is you're going to get your own specialized website. And your website is going to have your information, your logo, everything's going to be on there. This is a well-produced website. Again, most businesses, you know that you need a website. But again, you kind of get, writer's cramp because you don't know what to say. We've got it all taken care of. And again, if there's any updates or anything else that needs to go along with it, we'll help you take care of that as well on the back end. The other thing that you're getting from us is a licensee's website, or what is called the licensee's support website. So the LSS. So what you're going to have this opportunity, you're going to have all of all your marketing material, all of your documentation. So whenever I say documentations, you're going to need your contracts, your agreements, all of that's on here. It's all updated. If there's anything that needs to be changed or updated, we'll change them on the back end. If we add any more services, like we do frequently, we're going to add those in there as well. So this website is where you, as a brand new business owner of American Business Systems, will want to kind of hang out, because every week something's being changed. Every other week or every so often, we are doing live webinars for our business owners. And those are usually conducted again sometime during the week. But those webinars are specifically for our ABS business owners only. You can't go there today. But I think if some of you have been on some of our other webinars, you know that I've been able to go there live, like I've done on our website, and kind of tootle around on it, kind of take a tour of that. And it's really good for you to be able to maybe even ask your business coach that you're working with here to say, hey, can you, but also Eric mentioned something about doing a demo of the iClean EMR system. Do you mind logging into that licensee support site over there and kind of let me kind of take a look at that too? And they'll take you around and kind of show you around everything that you're getting there. Plus, you're getting all of these flyers. Now, all of these flyers are hard paper. I mean, they are not just something that you're going to have in some type of e-form that you can just mount out. Now, we have them in an e-form format for you to be able to use. And some of you may want to send some of these out in an email as an attachment of some sort. But this is real paper, and it's going to go into a real presentation folder, which you're getting that as well. But again, the other thing that you're getting here is an opportunity to put your contact information. So when you first get your first package, you're going to get a sampling of some of these, and then a balance to get from our printer. Because what you're going to want to do, you want to get your contact information to our printer so they can print your logo, your contact information directly on it. And that's included. That's not an extra charge. That's an included price into that. So let me kind of review some of these services that you're getting, because, again, I mentioned to you that some of you may be a little worried, maybe a little concerned about coding. But CodeWrite is a service that you are able to utilize, that is utilizing certified professional coders. They do everything for you. All you got to do is scan in all the stuff for the doctor, and then they code the charts, and then they get that back to you. Another service that those same professional coders will do is what's called an audit guard. Now, to me, this is a great door opener, because you could certainly talk to a doctor or an office manager and say, hey, when was the last time, well, number one, have you ever been audited? Have you ever been audited by Medicare or one of the other insurances out there? Because I promise you, they're looking, because they don't want to overpay themselves. So they may say, hey, doctor, send me, I don't know, 20, 25 of your charts on 99214 or 99215s or whatever. And what they're going to do, they're going to review it. They're going to go, yeah, you really didn't hit that code to get paid, so you owe us money. Or you didn't bill it correctly, and you should have charged us a little bit more, but don't ask for us. We're not going to give it to you. You know, that's your loss. But that's what happens. The doctors lose money. The other one is Compliancy Guard, HIPAA Compliancy. This is big. Again, one of my favorite services to start introducing my medical billing company is to go to any doctor's office and let me talk with their compliancy officer. Try that on any doctor's office, and you're going to get some, we might need to talk. So this is another one of the services. And again, these are all income generated services for you. And obviously income services waiting for the doctor. And then finally, Quick Collect is one of the other ones that you have. Now, again, we've done webinars where we've gone into extensively into each of these services, but I'm just showing you all that you're getting for the $28,990. One of the other things that you're getting is a book that Patrick Phillips has written, along with Dr. Vicki Ragnar. I've got Patrick's picture up over here. And Patrick has written not only this book, he's written several books. And I'm not sure if Patrick might be on here or not. I was hoping that he may still be here and pipe in if he's still here. Let's see if he might be able to dial in or talk here for us a little bit. Patrick, you there? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, so I thought Patrick he called me earlier. He says, hey, Eric, if you see the little symbol up over there, I may be on. And
you talking to me?
Oh, there you are.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. Patrick, how about yourself?
I'm fine. I just been listening to the whole webinar here behind the scenes on my laptop and just dozed off. You know, I mean, you just put people to sleep, Eric. I don't know what's going on here.
Oh, great.
No, I had muted myself, of course, here on Zoom, and I couldn't find the window that had Zoom in it, so I could unmute it, but I found it.
There you go. Well, you know, Patrick, we've been talking about everything that everybody gets here, and obviously the opportunity for them to get their money back, their return on investment. And hopefully one of the things that I encouraged everybody to get last week is go out there and buy the New Thriving Medical Practice book. I mean, they did it. There were some of them that are on here to go get it, that went and got it, and they're studying it right now. But let's talk about the importance of this book, Patrick.
Well, of course, you might look at this book as we're just trying to promote, you know, our company in it, or maybe just telling the doctors why the New Thriving Medical Practice. But it is much more than this, Eric, as you've pointed out. They can put their name right on the front cover there as, you know, actually having written the foreword.
Yes.
And that's a huge credibility builder for people who are new in a business, new in a city, just new in an industry, to be able to hand a book to a prospective client that has your name printed on the front cover, even though it's just the foreword, which we've already written, by the way. You can write your own if you want to, but we just tell people, look, when your name is on the front cover with a doctor, I mean, they don't know who Patrick Phillips is probably, but another doctor sees another doctor's name. That's how they learn throughout their entire internship. Eric was working with other doctors. Those are their trusted mentors.
Yes.
So they see somebody's name that owns a company and is talking to them about a product or service that has their name on the book. It just takes away all the, the doubts that you're a real company and that you really know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you bet. You know, one of the great things, as a matter of fact, you mentioned about a doctor being on the front cover as well. On the 14th of June, I'll be interviewing Dr. Vicki Ragnar. So everybody put that on their calendar. I'll be, interviewing her in the next couple of weeks. But you're right. People can take this book and write the foreword to the book. We've got one that is already kind of standardized. But again, you can take that copy. You know, if you've read the book already and you're getting ready to become an ABS business owner, go in there and look at the foreword to the book there and then say, hey, what can I do to maybe tweak it, make it a little bit more like me whenever it's time for you to get your name printed on the book. And again, this is included, folks, in your package here. So you gotta remember earlier on, I talked with you about you usually have a startup fee and then what you're going to be doing. Now, Patrick and Adam and ABS this is what's included. Everything that we've said so far is what's included into your package there. So folks, this is a big deal here. As you can see there, I'm kind of making those little arrows shake there, which means that's where your name is. Patrick, don't you recall, I think you did an interview with a business owner not too long ago where I think the doctor says, hey, yeah, I read your book, and the licensee or the business owner going, I just wrote the foreword to the book.
Yeah, in their head, they were thinking, wow, the doctor thinks that I was an author of the book, I guess,
Yeah.
because again, he doesn't remember probably that whose name, he just recognized your business card
Yeah.
had your name on it, and the book had your name on it. And he goes, wow, this person wrote a book.
Yeah.
Of course, folks, we're not trying to deceive the doctor. You really can write the foreword if you want to. But the main reason is because what you see there that we will add to the book, and that is your name on the title page and your contact information as at the end of the forward. So think of this as a very valuable business card that you hand out to people that only, Eric, we can have these books printed for about $4 a copy. This sells for $24.95, but you can buy them for $4 a copy with your information in the book.
You bet.
Yeah.
And earlier on, I don't know if you were on here earlier, I mentioned that not only have you written books, but Adam's written books along with Dr. Rackner. And this book is an incredible book too. It's a little bit smaller book, but again, they get to personalize that. Folks, if you see that little yellow sticker up over there, Patrick, you can tell them about what that little yellow sticker is all about.
Yeah, it's basically, we actually show you how to get those little labels. Oh, they're only, $10 or so on Amazon, and then print those on your own printer. We have a little template that you use, and you can put anything on that sticker that you want to. And Eric, my eyes are kind of going bad, so I don't know really what that says. But assuming that it's, most of them just say compliments of.
That's
your
it.
company name there in the middle, and then you can put your web address, your email, phone number, whatever you want to put on that sticker.
Yep, absolutely. So that's what you're getting. You're getting all this marketing material that I showed you earlier. Again, just as a quick reminder, let me pull that back up over here. You're getting all of this marketing material, again, with your personalized contact, logo, name of your business, all printed on there. And it's not just a sticker. This is actually printed on there. Plus, you're getting the book with Patrick Phillips and Dr. Vicki Rackner. Plus, you're getting the 9 ways doctors let money slip through their fingers. Again, another resource to help you get that first doctor. That's what's important here, folks.
Yeah, we've actually got 1 or 2 other books that they can personalize as well. And so folks, think of this as part of your marketing materials. You get, I think, 15 or 20 copies of all of these books, of course, with your license, but then you can reorder them on our website. We have a private website that we'll give you access to. And again, they're only $4 a copy when you do want to order some more.
Yep, there you go. And then the other part of what you're getting as a product and service is one of my favorite things. And again, this came from the brainchild of Patrick, and that is this service called AutoCard. And AutoCard is a personalized automated follow-up system that you can schedule for the doctor to be mailed to their patients. That's a beautiful thing if you think about it, folks. And again, because you're going to make money on every card that the doctor's utilizing the service on. It becomes an automated marketing thing for the doctor, so you're helping them get more patients in. Maybe you do have a doctor that is only seeing 25 patients a day. Maybe you might be able to show them how you can kick that up from 25 to 30 patients a day. And how do you do that? Well, it's with this automatic, what we call a drip marketing campaign system. And these are actual cards. I'm going to show those to you here in a little bit. But you see on the right-hand side of the slide, it says, but you can also use this service for your clients and customer follow-up. Patrick, whenever you and I did this, because you and I tested this out to make sure it works.
I remember that.
And we set these doctors up on a campaign, and I want everybody to kind of look into there. You see where it says 1 touch, 3 touches, 4 touches. You see those? That means that there are 3 or like with the one that says there for the dental office greeting card campaign. That means that there's 4 cards that are going to go out. One like this week, and you can say, I want it to go out another 10 days, and then another one down another 10 days, and another one. So you could reach this person over a period of time. And that, Patrick, that's what we did.
We Eric, I don't know if you remember or not, but we did go and talk to that doctor's office. He was there, his office manager was there, his wife was there, and then there was one other lady that didn't seem very friendly, and he had called him a consultant who they were picking between 3 different billing companies. Well, long story short is you made the presentation, and they were impressed by everything, but this consultant was a friend of the doctor's. She had told him that there was another company that was a little bit less expensive, I think, I don't know, you and I think quoted 6% or something
Yeah.
like that, fee that we would charge on what was collected. And this other company was charging 5.5 or 5. Anyway, they stumbled over the pennies on the way of the dollars, Eric,
Yeah.
because as you know, they went with that other company. They stayed with them. I don't know. It was what, 6, 9 months later? I forget.
I think it was less than that. I think it was within 6 months.
Yeah. And we had put them on this auto card campaign, of course. And so every 30 days, I think we set it up, they were getting another one of these cards about one of our services. And you can put as many cards in a campaign as you want.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, you could have one go out to them every month for the next 3 years. It might get a little expensive because they're, a couple of dollars a card. But the point is, this office manager called us up in 6 months and said, "Hey, Eric, the doctor wants to see you and Patrick. Can you come in?" We did. When we got there, she said, "You guys are the most unbelievable marketing company we've ever met." I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Well, we were getting those cards from you, every couple of weeks." And she said, she thought it came in every 2 weeks because, they'd show up once a month. But she said, "Yeah, I kept getting those cards from you." And so when the doctor got unhappy for some reason, they never told us why, with this other company, we thought we'd call you guys back in and talk to you. So that's how that works.
It does.
Folks, really is something that I would have designed myself and spent the $1 million or whatever it takes to develop a system like this, because it's all online.
Yes.
Nothing physical, except when you go online and set up a campaign to go out to your doctors or prospects, it just starts. And they just go out in the postal service mail in an envelope with a stamp. It's a beautiful system. And it's a beautiful greeting card. You open it up, you can personalize the on side of it. Eric, I would encourage anybody in any business that's on this webinar. You need to ask us more about AutoCard.
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing is that we got 4 minutes left up to the hour, Patrick.
Oh my God.
But I've got a few other things, again, just to share with you. Again, we have an online live one-on-one training. That's, again, this is also included. It says our training workshop is provided to you in the comfort of your own home and is scheduled just as you decide to join. We offer a 30-day 100% money back guarantee, which I'll talk with you there. And by the end of your training session, you'll have all the tools you'll need to get your first client right away. And why do I say that? And why do we say that? Because out of each of these training modules that you'll go through, you're going to go through times whenever your trainer is actually going to tell you, "Hey, I need for you to do this before the next meeting." So you're going to have all of these training modules. So when you get through the introduction and the practice workflow and the introduction to medical billing, and you get into iClaim and EMRX overviews, your trainer is going to give you some homework and says, "Okay, by the time we meet again, right before we get into module 3, I need for you to start doing this," especially when you jump over to that second column over there where it says module 6, introduction to marketing. By that time, so just think about your second week of training or so, you're going to start your marketing campaign as you're being trained on this. And then that person's going to help you develop your list, help you develop where you need to go, who you're going to go after, who you're going to want to go target. And then they're going to give you action items to go do. Folks, we used to do this in 5 days here. And then at the end of the 5 days, you were kind of sent out and done on your own. And most of our licensees become very profitable from there. But now we feel like this is a much better way to serve you and educate you, because you're going to learn and do, learn and do, and learn and do. By the time you get through with the training, you still have a couple of weeks left, maybe in that 30 days, to still decide whether this business is right for you. And then lastly, you're getting a free lifetime of support. And this is 100% of, as long as you're with us here at American Business Systems. This never goes away.
I think you're paused.
You need, Patrick?
I think you're paused. We're not looking at the support slide, at least. I know you're talking about support, aren't you?
Is everybody looking at where it says free lifetime support?
I'm sorry, Eric. I wasn't paying attention. I see the next slide on my screen, and I know what's coming up, and it's a picture of the support team.
Yeah, I'm going to share that, but I'm reading this right here. It says, after training, most ABS owners who follow up our Jumpstart marketing plan get their first client within the first 30 to 90 days. Yes, your lifetime support includes 24/7 access to our private on-demand support website and a team of US-based support experts available by phone, email to support you in every aspect of marketing and client retention. And that's what we're saying here. We're saying that you're getting a full team of people to help you. And then plus ongoing training is always here for you. We have ongoing training on that licensee support site. That's always there for you. You've got Myrma that's behind you. So hopefully we've answered your question. How much can I make with a home-based billing business, medical billing business? You can make a six-figure income with about 3 doctors. That's my prediction of everything I'm seeing. Everything our licensees that are going out there and getting a doctor, they're averaging on their what they do, they're averaging again about anywhere from $40,000 to $60,000 per doctor that they do billing for. That's just the rule of thumb. So when you go to our website and you go to that area for those calculations, you'll know right then and there that you're there to help that doctor. And then that's kind of how much money you're going to make. Now, as I wrap up here, you do have a 30-day money back guarantee. And as I showed you earlier on here, it's going to, yes.
I'm so sorry. I have another meeting that I had set at 5 that I got to get off on. I should have got on earlier.
I appreciate it, Patrick.
Great job on this. Folks, if you're looking to get into a business, working from home or anywhere in the world that has an internet connection, this is a fantastic business. We'll let you talk to some of the owners. You'll see that this is as real as it gets. Thanks again, Eric. Hey, looking forward to next week.
Absolutely. Thanks, Patrick. So folks, you got this 30-day money back guarantee, and that's obviously included in your price that you're investing in. And then as I was sharing with you, this module right here, or these different modules, this is going to take you anywhere from 10 to maybe 14 days in total, not including just the weekends. But like I said, you still have time once you've completed the training to still think about, is this the right business for me? Why do we do this, and how can we do this? And has anybody ever asked for their money back? The answer is yes to that last question. They have, but very few. And we couldn't stay in business if we weren't keeping business owners with us here. And so they do. We give you that time. You've gone through the webinars here on Wednesdays. Hopefully some of you have read the book. You've done the demos. You've talked to people, and you find out, okay, I'm ready to make that jump, and I'm ready to invest in myself. And this is there for you to be sure to know that you do have a 30-day money back guarantee. How do you engage with that? Well, it's simply just call up and say, hey, I don't think this is going to work out for me, and I'd like to get my money back. That's all you have to do. And there's some shipping of materials back and forth that need to kind of get taken care of. But once we've got everything back, then we're good to go. All right, so let's talk about your next steps here. What are your next steps? Get the research guide. Again, if you haven't seen this research guide, this is about an 80-page research guide that you're going to want to have, along with your other books that you've gotten. Get this from your business coach here at American Business Systems. The next thing you're going to want to do is browse our YouTube channel. Now, you can get to these videos several different ways. You can go to our YouTube channel, which is YouTube/YABS. You can get that and go straight to there. Or if you go to absystems.com/blog, you can kind of see the last few that are there. But then if you want to see all of these past webinars or anything else, interviews, go to that YouTube channel and you can go do that. It's youtube.com/YABS. Then again, you've heard me talk about it already, about the licensees to talk to. These licensees are these people here and others that you can talk to. Now, the guy that's in the bottom right-hand corner, I interviewed him not too long ago. That's Tim Warren. He is the director of our support team. So you get 2 interviews with him. One as a business owner of American Business Systems, and the other as the director of support. So if you really want to get everything that you want to get out of one of these interviews, not to say that anybody else is not going to be good, talk with Tim Warren. He'd be happy to chat with you. And then included in yourself is for you need to test drive this equipment. That means take a demo. That means that what we're going to do, we're going to get online with you, and show you the system. Now you see right in the middle of it, there's a doctor. The reason I put this here is because this is how it's going to work whenever you are a business owner of American Business Systems, is that we are going to be in that kind of top right-hand or left-hand corner. Our team will be doing the demo for you for your doctor. That's part of your lifetime of support. You don't pay any extra for that. So it's not like you have to come up with another $200 or $300 for us to do a demo for you. Those are included. And really, that's what we should be charging for that. But that's an included thing, because again, if we help you get that client, we know that on the back end, we're going to get reimbursed anyway. So we're good. We're here to help you get that. And then download our purchase agreement. All you got to do is go to the link that your business coach here will send you to get that, download it, review it, look at it, and then get your funding. Now, I saved this last question from Michael here, who's asking the question, does the upfront payment have to be in full, or can you finance some of it? With ours at $28,990, that does need to be paid in full. But get back with the person that invited you here. They will show you some ways, some creative ways of how you can get this financed, and they'll be happy to kind of help out with you on that. But again, at that point, once you've got your investment paid, then it's really, we could get you started on training as early as next week. So I encourage you to get all that taken care of. So here's the phone number here, 866-565-8413. I appreciate everybody that's on here, that was on here at the beginning, are still here. Hopefully you learned a lot about what you can make. Now, again, this will be in a PDF format for you. As soon as we get through with the webinar, I'm going to create it in a PDF. I'm going to get it to your business coach that's helping you out here. So they'll have a copy of it and they'll get that to you. If you want, in another day or so, this is being recorded, so you can go back and listen to it, review it. If you heard something that you've missed, you want to go back, or if you want to send this to a business partner or potential business partner, and yes, you can work with somebody that's a business partner. You both can come together, create whatever you want to create, and both of you maybe you want to split that cost of $28,990. That's been done. We see family members do that all the time. We're here to help you because we know together with you guys and with us together being your coaches and your support team, we're all going to be able to be winners, including obviously at the end of the day, the doctors, the need for that. Talking about a doctor, I've already mentioned to you earlier that in a couple of weeks from today, I'm going to be interviewing Dr. Vicki Rackner. If you've never been on one of her live webinars, you're going to want to join me because those are really, really good, because you're going to be able to ask the doctor the questions. And then shortly after that, we're actually getting some of these folks that when we tell you to go talk with an ABS business owner, one of these licensee references, we're actually going to be interviewing some of those here in the next couple of weeks as well. So we've got some great interviews coming up. Next week, we're going to be probably talking a little bit more on the terms of failure. What does failure look like versus what does success look like? And so we may be giving some pro tips on how to become successful and not be one of those failure casualties, and not getting out of the blocks fast enough. And, it takes me a year to get my first client. We don't want you to be there. We want you to help you get that first client sometimes within the first 90 days, maybe 6 months at the most, depending upon what kind of doctor you're working with. We'll talk about that next week. Again, my name's is Eric. It's been a pleasure for me to host today's webinar with you. Hopefully you're getting a lot out of this. Again, if you've got any feedback, get it back with the person that you're working with, and let us know if there's anything else we can help answer for you, either live or on one of these webinars. We'd love to hear from you because you are what counts, and we love to work with you. Again, give us a call here at 866-565-8413, or give us an email. If you don't know who you're supposed to be working with, let us know. We'll help you get that ironed out as well. Everybody have a great week. I'll see you next Wednesday, and I hope that you do something good for somebody else before the end of the week. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.